Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be telling you about the Sino-Indian dispute in Ladakh. Let me introduce myself. I am Dhruv Pillai, studying in the Choi School in ninth grade. Let us head on with the topic. This is a short preview that I will be explaining in the whole video. The terrain. As you can see, this image to the right is a board that has been placed by the Indian Army near the border in Ladakh. In fact, the message given on the board is very true. I hope you have read it. Now, here is a list of what I will be explaining based on the topic terrain. You must be knowing that Ladakh is a cold desert. Actually, there are only two cold deserts in India. One is Ladakh and the other is Spiti Valley in Himachal Pradesh. The terrain is very difficult. It's like climbing several multi-storied buildings without any staircases. And there is also a lack of roads, meaning moving on vehicles is very difficult. Therefore, the only way to reach the peaks is by walking. Here is a list of rivers that pass through Ladakh. Most of the rivers in here are from Tibet. Interesting fact is that Tibet is known as the water tower of the world because of its high mountains. Now, there are only two passes through which we can reach Ladakh. One is from Srinagar through the Zojila Pass, and the other is from Manali through Rohtang Pass. There is also a lack of oxygen, and there is a need of acclimatization while climbing the mountains. Now, for those who do not know what acclimatization means, a person cannot just climb Mount Everest in one go. This is why several camps have been placed for the body of the mountaineer to adjust to the temperature and the pressure. Something else that you might be knowing is that the Kargil War was fought here in 1999. The Indian troops had fought in the icy heights of Ladakh. It was primarily fought in Kargil district. The Pangong Lake is also located in Ladakh, where in one side it is a huge tourist attraction, but the other side is filled with Chinese troops. Now I'll talk about the history in Ladakh. Here is an image of the Indian subcontinent. You clearly see that Ladakh is part of it and it is under the Sikh Empire. Now you can see that the Sikh Empire had ruled Ladakh from 1799 to 1849. This is General Zorawar Singh, who was the governor of Kishtwar and extended his territories to Ladakh. Therefore, he was known as the conqueror of Ladakh. The British Raj also had power over Ladakh, as you can clearly see on the map. Now, this image to the right is a picture of the Victoria Memorial, and the image to the left is a sculpture of Queen Victoria. Now, let's talk about the border lines. The Ardagh-Johnson line was a proposed boundary of Kashmir abutting Chinese Turkestan and Tibet. It was proposed by Major General John Ardagh based on the surveys conducted by William Johnson. The McCartney-MacDonald line is a proposed boundary in the disputed area of Aksai Chin. It was proposed by British Indian government to China in 1899. Now I'll tell you about what happened to Ladakh after the independence in 1947. After the independence, when India and Pakistan got separated, Pakistan had raided Kashmir. Maharaja Hari Singh had signed an instrument of accession to India, and in return, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru had sent troops to defend J&K. Tibet. Tibet was a country that was home to one of the tallest mountains in the world. It was invaded by China in 1950. Aksai Chin. It is a place with an inhospitable terrain, and it was taken over by China in the 1950s. In 1955, China had built a road connecting Tibet and Xinjiang. This occupation led to the 1962 war. The disputes that China had with India. Now here is something that I got surprised when I heard about it. Aksai Chin is occupied by China but it is claimed by India. Arunachal Pradesh is occupied by India but it is claimed by China. The 1962 Sino-India War. It had all started when China launched an attack on 20th October 1962 in Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh. Since the Indian army was ill prepared, we had suffered several casualties. Here are some of the disputes China has with other countries. Here it is. As you can see, there are a total of 11 disputes, including India, that China has made with other countries. Last year, you must have heard several conferences based on Article 370. It actually stated that J&K had special status, that it was a state of India. But now, Ladakh has been reconstituted as a union territory. The infrastructure development near Aksai Chin. Now, the infrastructure in India is actually so low in Ladakh that if you go around nearby the border in Ladakh, the mobile will just say no service. But as soon as you enter China, the time will suddenly change as per the time it is in the time zone in that area. The Galwan Valley skirmish. China had attacked Indian troops with rods and nails welded to it. You must be wondering, why had they used rods instead of guns and ammunition? Actually, China had made an agreement that weapons cannot be carried. Here are the actions that India has done. India has deployed T-90 battle tanks near Galwan Valley, which is the most well-developed tank ever produced by India. India has banned all Chinese apps. India has speeded up infrastructure development at Ladakh. The defense minister has visited Russia and India is about to receive 6 loaded Rafale fighter jets. And Prime Minister Modi had visited Ladakh and motivated troops on 3rd July 2020. Here are some things that you can do. Uninstall all Chinese apps, stop buying Chinese products, encourage Indian industry, contribute by being a responsible law-abiding citizen, which in short means just follow the law, support our soldiers. And as shown on this slide, let us be a citizen worth dying for. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel and do press the bell icon. Thank you and Jai Hind.